Christina, let's start from the beginning. How did you get into Medicare?
Yeah. Well, I didn't start. Well, first of all, I don't think anybody wakes up and goes to school and says, I'm going to be an insurance agent.
Right?
Okay?
No.
Okay. I mean, we go to school. I mean, we go to school and we're going to be either a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, and whatnot. But nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to be an insurance agent. That sounds so exciting, right? So I had no clue, but a little bit about my backstory. How did I start in insurance, period? Because I didn't start with Medicare. You need to know, I did start with a different product. And so I started with supplemental insurance. Think of Aflac, right? As supplemental insurance. And the way I got into it is, believe it or not, I had someone that just interacted with me, which is an ex-boyfriend's dad, in the process of dating that young man. And yeah, I know, right? And chatting with him at the time, I was working for Sprint. And good old faithful, we have Blackberries, for those that kind of like aging myself. He had Blackberry and he was a businessman. And he's like, hey, can you help me with his phone? And of course, I worked in that industry. And I said, yeah, of course. So I'm chatting with him. I'm helping him with his Blackberry. And he just said, you know what? You can do what I do. And I'm like, what do you mean you can do what I do? Like, what do you mean? What do you do? I mean, aren't you a deacon? Because all I knew was that he was a Catholic deacon, right? So I'm like, I thought you were a man of God. And he's like, well, yes, I do that as a volunteer. He goes, but what I do for a living is I'm an insurance agent. And at the time I was 25. And I was kind of like, boring. Because I was working in cell phones. I was managing